What's good, members of the nerdy world? My name is Bones, and with me, of course, is my co-host Logan, and today's topic is going to be the DCEU.
And why Warner Brothers have ruined everything I love in cinema.
Yes, the simple answer.
Pretty much, yeah. So obviously this video will be coming out before the Justice League Zack Snyder cut is going to come out, which I'm very excited for because it's been 4 hours of just DC goodness.
Can't wait.
I really, really hope it does well. I don't know. If it does well, if it's so good that it just blows up, will they change their plans for whatever they're doing? Because what is their plan? What is Warner Bros' plan for DC? What is it? I need to know.
Yeah, well, to add on to what you're saying, yes, I really hope Zack Snyder's Justice League cut does blow everyone away, and then the studio heads or whoever is in charge of Warner Bros. Right now looks at that and then starts to really start to think what they want to do with the universe.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they know. It doesn't seem like they know. The films are kind of erratic and a bit all over the place. Some seem to be connected, but sometimes don't in a way.
The last few have not been, connected. They're doing their own little mini thing.
Yeah, with the likes of Joker, of course.
Yeah, see, that's fine. That's just like elsewhere. That's not DC extended universe. That's just like they're planning the multiverse sort of thing. And then obviously they got the Flash film coming out, which is basically got all the Batman's going to be in it. Ben Affleck's coming back, and I hope he stays because I love him.
We both do.
He's so good.
And of course, Michael Keaton was going to be in that as well, which was announced a while back, which is great, to be honest. Michael Keaton.
Was there a third one?
Third Batman in that?
Yeah.
Not as far as I'm aware.
Oh, Christian Bale was rumored. Maybe that's just me talking out my ass, but
I think
that's going to change everything.
Yeah.
But I want them, as a Superman fan, don't get rid of Henry Cavill. Don't even think about getting rid of Henry Cavill.
Right, yeah, I think we'll just go straight into that.
I'm just getting emotional when I talk about this.
Logan's a very, very passionate Superman fan. Not that I am. I love Henry Cavill Superman. I think he's unbelievable.
Who doesn't love Henry Cavill?
I just think it'd be silly to get rid of him because he's a bigger star than he was when he first signed on to Man of Steel.
And they were filming that in 2011, I'm pretty sure. And obviously the film came out in June 14th, 2013.
Yeah.
Which was 100 years ago.
It feels like it.
Yes, it does feel like it.
I can't imagine what it'd feel like for him.
I've seen that film 3 times in the cinema, and I have been sticking up for it ever since. Now you're seeing people being like, Man of Steel is actually a good film.
People are starting to appreciate it more, even though they should have when it first released.
Yeah, it's got the best soundtrack of any superhero film ever by Hans Zimmer.
Yeah, so I'll quickly mention the box office of that. Worldwide, at least, it's in US dollars, it is $668 million US. And with a budget of
just short of the 700 million.
Yeah, and with a budget of 225 million, which is quite a lot.
A lot of CGI in the film. It's the best Dragon Ball Z film ever made.
You're not wrong there. But yeah, it's a big budget, but I think it definitely pays off.
It's such a good film. I love it. I saw it 3 times in the cinema. I think I've seen it over 20 times altogether, if I'm being completely serious.
I believe that from you.
Yep. And obviously they had in that film was the first DC. Well, at the time, I don't think they had. At the time, they were obviously plotting it, but in that film, it obviously has that 2-second blink and you sort of miss it when they're in space, and you see Bruce Wayne's satellite, Wayne Industries, and that was like the hint at Batman's. This is going to be a
connected
universe for equivalent of Marvel, the MCU, and obviously they I feel like they just rushed it. But another film I'll defend is Batman v Superman. I will defend that film until I die. The Ultimate Edition. Just FYI. That's over 3 hours long, I think. It's a 15 as well.
Roughly, yeah. I have the numbers for that as well. That made $872.7 million US.
Should have hit $1 billion, but I think the reviews obviously hit the back. It's nowhere near as bad as reviews put it. People be like, it's the worst film ever made. No, it's not. No, it's not. Worst film ever made is Batman and Robin.
It has its flaws, but I don't, like you were saying, I don't agree with it being the worst.
I love that film. I was watching the trailers for it earlier today. That's why I was like, now we need to talk about Warner Brothers and how much I hate them.
Yeah, because, compared to them, Man of Steel was kind of like what set off that DC universe.
Yes, and it was a solid start.
It was, but then it's almost, they kind of didn't know what to do after that. Because it didn't, to them probably, it didn't make a lot of money, because when you add budget and then you add marketing, it's definitely a lot more than 225 million. To them, they probably got cold feet and they thought, okay, what do we do from here? Superman we thought being such a big character didn't make necessarily the amount of money we hoped it would. So now we're unsure of what to do. And then the next film after that, was it Batman v Superman?
Batman v Superman, then Suicide Squad.
Yeah, so that's why I think you're right in the sense of they rushed into it after that. They just thought, okay, Superman didn't make enough money by himself. We'll bring in Batman. Batman's a household name, one of the most recognizable characters, as long as Superman obviously as well.
If Superman came out, if Man of Steel came out now, it would make at least 800 million. I know that for if it was good.
I feel like it would make more.
Yeah,
Aquaman.
People want it.
Aquaman made 1.1 billion.
Yeah,
roughly.
that made $1 billion. I knew that. I kind of knew that would be $1 billion because it was quite cool. Just being underwater, water.
Yes.
Water.
Aquaman's a good film. I mean, if I had to choose between what I think was the better between that and Man of Steel, I'd say Man of Steel.
Man of Steel 100 times more.
That's not to slate Aquaman. I think
Aquaman was fine.
Is a solid film.
Yeah,
definitely.
It was all right. The villain that was really cool. What's his name?
Black Mantra.
No, and the Orm, the actor that played him.
King Orm.
Patrick Wilson. Patrick Wilson, yes. Yeah, he was excellent in it.
He was great.
He's a really good actor. I think he's one of those underrated actors, to be honest, yeah.
There's a lot of pros to that film. It has a great costume design. I think all the DC films have a great costume design.
Yeah, and whoever they get to do the trailers need promotion, because the trailers for DC films are always incredible.
The one that comes to mind is Suicide Squad.
That
initial trailer.
First Suicide Squad trailer was so
amazing.
Good. And clearly Warner Bros. Went, wait a minute. It's got to be more cheesy, like the MCU films, more colourful.
That initial trailer was very dark and
awesome.
Set the tone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quickly to bring out the numbers for that as well. That
did well, I'm pretty sure.
$746.8 million US.
Yeah, that was quite a lot.
With a budget of $175 million. And then it says $325 million, including advertising and promotion.
I know, but like advertisement, you can do that for every film. Can you imagine like what Endgame advertisement was? That would have been a lot of money because that was everywhere. But obviously, that's a different juggernaut. Well, Suicide Squad. If you watch the trailers, they get more colourful for each trailer. Yeah. You can tell something obviously happened. And
I don't have a problem with the colour scheme. To be fair, I think it's the kind of film that it can suit that a bit.
Yeah, but that's not what the original plan was.
No, you can tell there's a massive difference between that first trailer that was Comic-Con was released, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. The first initial trailer between that and then the next one where this, like you said, that colour palette just changes.
Yeah, it's just stupid. And they obviously reshot a lot of the film, and it's quite clear that Joker should be the villain of the film.
I don't understand.
Enchantress, who was awful in it.
I think the initial plan was to have that almost as like a false sort of villain, and then have the Joker obviously be the main one. Like at the end, I think where it's revealed that it's like it was a plan all by him.
Yeah, she done something like that.
It makes sense.
They made him this desperate weirdo for Harley Quinn. Why?
I don't know. I think they
just made him a weirdo.
They changed a lot. I mean, Jared Leto himself said he filmed a lot of scenes.
I remember seeing
from that
behind the scenes, people just videoing from like their building essentially. Yeah. Filming. There's one scene where he like slaps her, like that Joker being a arsehole basically. But that was obviously cut from the film. But there was like who knows how much else was cut. And obviously, like you said, Jared Leto.
I think there was a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
definitely. A whole story like arc pretty much has been cut because he definitely was supposed to be the antagonist of that film.
I think so.
I don't know why they wouldn't, because the Joker is another household character in the DC universe.
Yeah, quite clearly, because Joaquin Phoenix's Joker film was incredible and it made a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean that was a later time, but obviously you've still still knows what character.
But yeah, of course, everyone knows the Joker.
Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah, just Mark Hamill
performance.
Amazing performance by Mark Hamill as well.
But yeah, it came out. It wasn't the worst film. It just, you could tell it was missing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it was. I think I enjoyed some of it, and then there were some parts I was just like, oh my god, this is just awful.
I remember the part where you see Joker and Harley's in her jester outfit.
Yeah, that's
Joker's
really cool.
in his suit.
Yeah, it's from so that's art style.
Alex Ross's.
Yeah, Alex Ross.
I remember us turning and looking at each other and just
smiling. So good. That bit was awesome. The other bit was really cool was Harley Quinn's origin being shown. It has like the music playing in the background and her falling in and he dives in after her.
That was a good scene.
That was a really good scene.
Yeah.
We needed more scenes like that instead of it was just weird, stupid, disappointing. But at the end of the day, this is what happens with Warner Bros. They just freak out and they don't stick on the same road. They just go sideways.
They kind of get distracted by people's reception of that one film and then they start to think, oh, we need to change it back or go in a different direction.
Yeah. Or,
and then when that doesn't work, they divert back and
Yep.
do it again.
And now they're just doing nothing. They're doing nothing. They're making a standalone Batman film, obviously with Robert Pattinson.
Which, to be fair, I
First
think we're
trailer was
both
really
very
cool.
excited for that.
Yeah, but like I want Ben Affleck.
No, I do
I
as
want
well.
Batfleck.
I think Batfleck. Well, for me, I think. Don't get me wrong, Christian Bale, amazing.
The
But Batfleck,
villains stand out in his films.
yes, definitely. But Batfleck, just as I think
He
he's
is Batman. You see him, you're like, that is Batman.
yeah. When you like, I think he's just more of a comic book accurate Batman. Like
Oh,
when
yeah.
you think of Batman,
He was a tank as well, isn't it?
yes, that definitely helps. The costume as well.
Voice was good.
Was
They just
amazing.
did a voice changer, which I thought was perfect. You don't need to have throat cancer voice or wherever Christian Bale one was. Not that Christian Bale was a bad Batman. I'm just saying
Oh,
that
definitely not.
Batfleck,
No.
in my opinion, for me, is the best Batman. Just for me, because just the way he looks, the costume, the Batmobile, everything was just awesome.
He's very that kind of hyper violent as well in terms of the films.
Yeah, he brands people.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
it's very. It reminds me of kind of like the Arkham games a bit as well. You know how like, you know the way his combat was when he was fighting in those films, and how he was quite brutal and just he's just breaking limbs.
That's the best Batman. Breaking limbs. It's like, oh, he's not killing them, but he's
It's definitely
they're disabled for the rest of their life.
It's definitely a grizzled and seasoned Batman.
Yeah,
who just doesn't have time to waste.
That's what they went for, obviously. At least we'll see him. We'll see him again in Zack Snyder's Justice League. He was obviously in Whedon's
We don't talk
Justice
about
League. And oh my god, he tried to bring that Marvel cheese into it with the Why is Batman cracking jokes?
That's another film as well. That box office for Justice League, I believe, it made $627.9 million US.
It's probably more than I thought it would make, to be honest, yeah.
With a budget of $300 million.
Yeah, that was another film. Warner Bros. Just freaked out. I don't know why. And they changed everything. Obviously, Zack Snyder had a family.
Tragedy, of course, yes.
And he did have obviously stepped down, but it's weird. They say step down, and I remember at the time he was like my friend Joss Whedon, or that's what Warner Bros. Kind of said.
So
they came out and said something like, "Oh, he messaged his good friend Joss Whedon." I don't even think they like each other. It's coming out now. He hasn't even seen the film.
I don't think they had any previous connection before that.
I think it was just Warner Bros. Talking utter nonsense.
There's a part of me that can see necessarily why they would bring him in because of the success of the Avengers when Joss Whedon done that. They thought they could sort of, if they brought him in, because he knew what he was doing with, obviously an established franchise already.
Yeah, but
they thought that they would work.
It's different universes. It's different characters. It's different tones. Marvel's always going to be that more happy. That's just the way it is. It's always, even the comics can be like that. Obviously, you get some characters in DC like Shazam.
I know that DC's universe can't be like that, but I think
some films can be. But it doesn't.
Yeah, both of us. I think it suits that dark.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be. Every film doesn't have to be the same tone.
It doesn't have to be.
I
morbid.
do think people are getting bored of Marvel stuff just because. That's why I think people are liking Man of Steel more now.
Because they have a formula.
Yeah, they have a formula which is fine
formulaic.
and it works for them.
Yes.
But like, there's no doubt that every film you go see in a Marvel film, it's just the same. It's the same story. Starts off funny and all that. Oh, then they run into the villain. They lose the first battle. Oh, they go in the second battle, and then something bad happens. He falls out of his friends, and then the film ends. Everyone gets together and they beat the villain, whoever it is, and it's happy-go-lucky again. It's literally the same in every film, nearly.
I will say, yes, most of them are like that. There are a few films in the Marvel universe.
Oh, of course, yeah. Like
that.
Winter Soldier is the best Marvel film.
Yeah.
Non-Avengers.
I think Infinity War kind of stepped on that a bit of the.
That's what I mean by
like the morbid side.
Infinity War
with death.
Infinity War was an amazing film. I love it.
Oh, they are. They're
so good.
But there's a lot of canon fodder, to me anyway, in between.
Yeah. Ant-Man took me by surprise. I went into that with zero expectations, and I thought it was quite funny.
Yeah.
That's because they got Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd, yeah.
Yeah. And he's just a funny guy. He just suits that sort of role. But yeah, Winter Soldier, in my opinion, is the best Marvel film. Anyway, this is a DC discussion. And of course, you have to bring Marvel into it because...
Yeah, you have to.
But like I said, Warner Bros., they just freak out and then they just started ruining everything. Now everything's ruined. Ruined my life with this.
It's definitely what you said earlier on. They definitely have rushed into it. Considering that first film to start that universe was Man of Steel, and then it was Batman v Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And then, not long after that, it was Justice League. And not all that members got an established story film.
Yeah,
they should
just gone with the story for each character. What's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with that. And they would have made money.
But I think it's because they just thought if they made that one team movie, that would be it.
I don't even know who's in charge of DC EU.
It's
They
not
changed.
constantly changing.
I know they've got different people from the Justice League, Joss Whedon. They got new people now.
Yeah.
I think they got the same director, Warner Bros. Or CEO, but I think that underneath him is all different. Hence why Zack Snyder's Justice League is becoming a thing. Because for years they said it doesn't exist. You lot
So
are,
they did, didn't they?
and you got all these like little fanboys from the opposite, the rival franchise, like you Snyder fans are just off. They already said it doesn't exist. To get
You're
over
just
it,
bitter.
yeah, I should just save those messages and got back to them like, told you. But yes, I can't wait. I just hope that film is good.
I think either that will make them think about that universe and almost continue on with that, or I think
Hopefully,
they can
hopefully
use.
they do.
They can. I think another point they can use is that Flashpoint film.
Mhm.
They can, with that, you could sort the universe because that's necessarily what the Flashpoint could be.
Yeah, they said that Supergirl's going to be in it.
That's what they
Is
did.
Superman going to be in that film? I will
I-
flip. As a Superman fanboy, if he's not in that film, and Supergirl is, and Batman is, Wonder Woman probably is. Why don't you just add everyone but Superman? Just spit on me
It's
while
like-
you're at it.
It's the perfect film. I mean, at least in our minds, that you can use to properly set out that universe and what your intentions are. You can
Yes.
set. You can swap characters just because of the way that universe works.
Yeah, you can do all those multiverse films and all that.
Yeah.
But just give Henry Cavill at least a finishing film, like a Man of Steel
He's
2.
only been in 3 films of Superman.
Yeah, so
Since-
Man of
since
Steel,
2013.
Batman, Superman, and Justice League.
Yeah.
And obviously he was meant to cameo, not even counting. He was meant to cameo in Shazam, but didn't. Because I think he was just like, what's the point in that? I want my bloody film. And he deserves a film. They were
He
gonna.
does, yeah.
They announced like a cyborg film before they announced a Man of Steel 2.
Oh my god, I forgot about
Don't get me
that.
started
That
on
was
that.
supposed to come out. Was it not supposed to be last year? It was slated
This is
for?
one of the many slates that Warner Brothers did, where they've just announced, all right, this is all the films we're making. Okay, that's awesome. Now it's just like, oh, there's a sequel to Wonder Woman, which sucked. I got halfway through that film. I did not like it. And guess what? Zack Snyder wasn't involved in that one. What about
Right.
that?
For you, what do you want this universe to be? What do you want them to do, ideally? I
In
know,
my
I know it's
head.
easier said than done, and everyone's imagination is always going to be different. And you're always going to think of like probably the best solutions in your head.
They can go ahead with their multiverse films. You want to make different Batmans or Supermans, yeah, whatever. That's cool. But you need stick to the one line of the main ones, which you start with Man of Steel. I don't know. We obviously don't know. They're obviously going to do some sort of reset of some sort with Flashpoint. But how's that going to make sense? You do that, and then Barry Allen goes back to his normal future after he's changed the past slightly. If he changes the past completely, but we don't actually know.
It
We
could be
know,
like
we know the Flashpoint story, but
it could be the butterfly effect. You could
Yeah.
change one thing, and like the universe could be different.
yeah, but
sort of thing.
is he going to go back and Clark Kent is not there? It's a different Superman, but Ben Affleck's Batman might still be there. That doesn't make sense. You can't do
Right,
that.
it's just interchanging characters.
Yeah, you can't do
and
that.
plays
You
them.
can't. Nope. Don't like it. Don't do it. I just want them to just continue. Just do like standalone films. Stop being weird. It's like they're trying to be different now, and it's not working.
I mean, if they're trying to be different, I think they have like an unbelievable vault of characters in the DC universe.
Mhm.
They could bring in do a
They
weird film about
they
some
have a gold mine.
slightly obscure character.
Yeah, they have a gold mine of catalog, and they're not doing anything with it, and it's just so frustrating as a Marvel fan, as a DC fan, and it just kills me. I'm
I
getting
bet it's getting to the point where Marvel have done so much, like they've done a lot of stuff. They've done like they've sort of
Yeah,
like
they've done
dipped
the
into
weird
like
stuff.
the Guardians of the Galaxy.
yeah,
and
they've
stuff.
done the weird stuff, and they did it well.
And so if DC Universe were to do, for example, a Doctor Fate film, people would do comparisons to Doctor Strange.
Doctor Fate is
That's
a better
all that's
character.
all they
Just
would do for it.
FYI.
It's because Marvel have done it first, so it's hard for DC to establish
Oh,
that.
who cares?
Even though those
People
DC
like
characters,
us will put them down.
even though those DC characters were introduced first.
Yep. Thanos is literally Darkseid. They're like the same role.
Oh.
They kind of look the same, different color skin and everything, but they're like big, menacing, big alien hunking.
That's
cool
another
voice.
point I feel like we need to discuss. Darkseid.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him in this film.
I think
I think his voice sounds cool as hell.
it's long overdue for someone like that to come in.
Exactly. And I can't wait. I can't believe they didn't show. Oh.
He wasn't in that
Whedon's
Joss
Justice
Whedon's
League, man.
version at all, was he?
Literally a 4-hour film. They cut it down. That film's 2 hours long, I'm pretty sure.
The Whedon cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just so much missing. Obviously, the moustache thing. Don't get me started on that. It literally the film starts off with it. With him going,
of someone recording on their phone.
Aye, and he's like, it's a cool scene, but like
immediately your eyes are drawn to that, and you are like,
what's
"Excuse
going
me,
on
sir?"
with that lip, man? It just looks like he's like gotten plastic surgery or something.
That's weird.
But yes, that film was like 2 hours long, and he's obviously cut everything out. He changed. Do not, if you haven't seen it, do not watch the 2017 Justice League. Never watch it.
Or if you
ever.
won't, watch it before Zack Snyder's and make massive comparisons and see how much.
And Zack Snyder's
it will
one
be.
is 4 hours long.
It's
4
like
hours.
Lord of the Rings extended edition.
Yeah, pretty much. I can't wait, man. 4 hours.
I know people will make the complaint that it's too long and that, but you're always going to have that.
Obviously, it's too long. That's a long film.
Yeah,
I think that's why they're setting up in chapters. I think 6 chapters.
Yeah, they have 6 chapters.
So if I give you an idea when to like maybe take a break or something.
Yeah.
March 18th. It's currently March 6th, so we really don't have long until that.
No, we don't, and that'll be a fun video to discuss that.
It'll
We definitely will be.
Or it'll be a lot of tears.
I don't know.
I saw the trailer.
Confusing.
It looked really cool. The trailers are put out right now. He put out the Superman one yesterday.
Yeah, I seen the Batman
That was
one
really
before
cool.
that as well.
Yeah, he's probably going to do one for each character for the film releases.
I assume, yeah.
Oh, I cannot wait for that film, man. I really hope it does well. I
think everyone.
I hope it just changes idiots in the Warner Brothers studio. And just be like, just let the directors do the job. So all these corporate suits coming in that know nothing.
A lot of interference.
All they think about is money. They're not thinking about how good the product is. God, look at. I haven't seen Birds of Prey, and I'll tell you why I haven't seen it. It's because it looked rubbish in the trailers. It looked terrible. Why is Harley Quinn getting a film?
She's a good character, and
But she's not-
Margot Robbie's like a star. You can
Yeah,
see
but
that aspect of it.
She's not a character that should be getting her own film.
I don't think, in terms of like her being a character in the DC universe just now, I don't think she's a massive draw for like her own film immediately.
Yeah, she's a really cool like support character or co-character.
Yeah, I feel like you kind of have to
Tick-turn.
slowly build that up a little bit. You have to do that with most characters, to be fair.
It's called because she was the best part of Suicide Squad, and so they went, okay, just make a film about her. And
She was really good.
Birds of Prey, and weird. It didn't look good.
Bit of a waste of Roman silence.
Shazam was alright. I've seen that. That was alright. Even that's got a sequel. Oh my god!
Yeah, it's kind of tough being a DC fan a bit.
Why are they just? They're just idiots, man. Man Still came out in 2013. Great film, and I will stand by that. Emotional, amazing soundtrack. I still listen to it this day. Batman v Superman. Watch the Ultimate Edition. It's a lot better. For some reason, they made Superman a complete evil in the original copy.
Yeah.
Or Cat, sorry. Like they just make him like hate Batman for no reason. But in the Ultimate Edition, they kind of show his side of the story. But whatever reason, Warner Brothers want to be like, Batman brings in more money, so we have to do that. Screw you.
Yeah, as a Batman fan, don't get me wrong, I love seeing Batman films, but even I can tell they're really leaning on him a lot these days.
He's like their saving grace.
But it comes at the expense of like a lot of good stories you could tell with a lot of different characters.
I wish Ben Affleck was making his Batman film as well.
See, have you heard a lot of stuff of what that film was going to be in the setting? I'm pretty sure it was going to be set in Arkham.
Deathstroke was going to be like the villain of it.
I'm pretty sure Joker was going to make an appearance as
well. Of course he was.
Of course. But I want to see Ben Affleck's Batman and Jared Leto's Joker. Just have a scene. And obviously
we're getting that.
From Zack Snyder's Justice League, that's added. And it looks like it's in the Nightmare universe as well.
Yeah, so the alternate future.
Which it gives me a lot of questions. First of all, Joker's look is completely different. Doesn't have any tattoos, longer hair, sort of has that lipstick look where he's just drawn it all over his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm intrigued as to why. Do you think he looks like he's a Batman's prisoner, or do you think it looks like they're kind of together in that little clip you see at the end of the scene? Because it kind of looks
It
like
honestly
they're together.
It honestly looks like they're working together, because clearly the world's gone to hell.
Yeah.
So it's the apocalypse. Darkseid's conquered Earth essentially and made it his little slave dome.
Yeah.
Essentially, Superman must be like some sort of brainwashed, or maybe like he got brainwashed into thinking Batman killed Lois, and when he loses Lois, Superman just goes full Homelander, which is really cool. I love evil Superman sometimes. He's just he's so scary. Yeah? Like that one scene when he drops down and soldiers with Superman patches bow down to him. Like, yes, let's go.
That's another thing. You don't understand how much of a good character he is until he turns evil, and then you realize how powerful and like, you know,
Mhm.
strong he truly is. Because he's such a like a good character, and he's supposed to be a beacon of hope,
Mhm.
and obviously he's supposed to be just like hope for humanity. And he
Yeah,
wants,
because at the end, the people you can't relate to him. Yeah, you can't. You can relate to
you can.
Superman more. You can relate to Batman. Superman and Lily grew up on a farm. A farm.
Yeah, I know. Batman's far stretched.
Went to
because
school. He went to
he's a billionaire.
Smallville. Obviously, when he went to school, he lived a normal life. He had girlfriends growing up. He lived normal, like us. Moved into a city to be a reporter.
Yeah.
Batman, billionaire, parents killed when he was younger, goes insane basically, gets trained by ninjas, becomes an assassin ninja, becomes Batman.
The League of Shadows.
Explain to me how you relate to him more than you relate to Superman.
There's a few aspects you can relate to in terms of just.
Of course you can relate to something Batman, but I'm saying when people go, you can't relate to Superman at all. Yes, you can. You're just full of crap. I get really emotional when I talk about this stuff.
I can tell.
It just, winds me up.
Yeah. So I think for both of us right now, we just are kind of banking on Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yep, and if it fails, I'm
If
done.
it fails, it fails. We can't do anything.
Yep, and if it fails, then I don't know what they're going to do. What they're going to do. The Flash film obviously is the. Is that the next one that's coming out? DC film, like off, not including Justice League, Zack Snyder.
Yes.
When was
I
that?
believe it is.
2022. That's scheduled for. I think it
I
is.
believe so. Maybe.
Because they haven't started filming yet, so I have to assume it's 2022.
No. Yeah.
And that's just going to reset everything. It does sound awesome. The whole Batman's been all.
Oh no, it does.
all
Yeah,
that thing.
100%.
Ben Affleck coming back. I
Just
hope he stays.
intriguing as to what they do with it.
It's like that rumor that we're going to continue Ben Affleck's Batman as well. Remember that a wee while ago? I was just like, that's just giving me way too much hope.
It does though, and then then you wait for that official confirmation, but you're just constantly waiting and waiting.
Oh, I can't wait. But yeah, obviously last year was Birds of Prey. Haven't seen it. Looked crap. Wonder Woman 1984 wasn't great. First Wonder Woman I actually really enjoy. I think that's a really good film.
Yeah, it's a solid film.
Wonder Woman is one of my top 5 favorite superheroes from DC. If I have to put it on my list, it'd be Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash. Yeah, I like Flash is awesome. I'm talking about heroes. If I was doing it all together, Lex would be there, and Joker, obviously. Because Lex is an awesome villain. Jesse Eisenberg wasn't a great Lex Luthor. He looks alright at the end of the film when he's bald and looks a bit more non-weird and, I don't know, Joker-esque about him.
Yeah, he's not as intimidating.
Yeah, he's not intimidating at all.
Yeah,
He's basically this little nerd.
They tried to go for the intelligence over the sort of like the mix of the both. Really.
Yeah, they made him so weird though, in it. I think at the end when he's like bald and all that, he looks really cool.
Yeah.
And he's a bit more calm and calculating. That's what Lex is.
No,
Obviously,
definitely.
you compare it to like the cartoons and comics. They always make like anything Lex like this big ripped bald dude.
They all have that massive square chest.
Square chest. Like everyone's just in perfect physical condition. But yeah. This was more just a rant about why Warner Bros. Have failed DCEU. Yeah. And they have failed so far. They're doing a good thing with Zack Snyder's thing. And I just hope it does well.
Another thing as well is like the David Ayer cut of Suicide Squad.
That's never coming.
People say that about Zack Snyder's stuff.
I know, but like that's a different kettle of fish. You know, you're talking about Superman, Batman in one. Because they know that people will watch that again. It's releasing everywhere on March 18th. Obviously, Americans got their HBO Max.
Which we still don't have and probably will never get.
I think we might get it eventually when they get the licensing. Because obviously every country's got different licensing, so a lot of the DC films will probably, they're not on Netflix or somewhere else. I don't know where they're kept, but that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, they got Aquaman 2 as well, I forgot about that. That might come around the same time as Flash.
Yeah.
Oh, and Suicide Squad. I forgot about that.
Oh, of course, James Gunn. That's out this year.
Yeah, this year.
Yeah.
I think that might be good. He's a good director.
I think it looks good as well.
Yeah, it's good.
I think his speciality is definitely sort of like that team vibe.
Yeah, and it looks like they're just giving him a free roam. Like, I think that's what's different now.
Imagine that. Giving a director the creative control for the film they want to make.
Exactly. That's what they're doing now, so that's a good thing. And then, yeah, Flash next year, Aquaman next year.
Oh, Flash is next year? 2021?
Yeah, 22.
Oh, 22, sorry.
It's 21 now, bro.
I keep forgetting.
So 2022, Aquaman 2, 2022. Shazam, Fury of the Gods, 2023. Man of Steel 2. Oh, wait, no.
Isn't Black Adam? Black Adam is filming pretty soon, isn't it? This month, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it's got a date, though, right now.
No.
But I think it's... They have started filming, I'm pretty sure, because they are... You're seeing more casting news come out of it.
Of course, they've got Hawkman in that, which is a character that looking forward to seeing.
Is there?
Someone... Yeah, Hawkman's been cast. I can't remember the guy's name. I think he's from Black Mirror.
A second Superman film. It's like October 2014. The sequel to Man of Steel was in development. Kill me now. I still remember seeing that. Wonder Woman 3. If Wonder Woman 3 comes out for Man of Steel 2 Henry Cavill, I will honestly lose it. I'm sorry. The second Wonder Woman sucked. It was terrible. Well, it's not terrible, but it was just... I didn't finish it. It was boring. I was on my phone half the time.
That's not a good sign.
No, it's not a good sign. That's never a good sign.
No.
Considering the first one was great as well. That No Man's Land scene is so good. I think
That's a great scene.
It's up there with the flight scene, in my opinion, from Man of Steel. Just like the music building that, and like the gravity of the stones. Oh, goosebumps! Amazing. They got other films here, but you haven't heard of Blue Beetle. I think there was more.
And Blue Beetle's an interesting character to do. That's kind of like a slightly obscure one. They don't have I'm pretty sure they had rumors of a Booster Gold film, or that was a while back.
Yeah, well, his Booster Gold stuff. You see his like Easter eggs in Batman vs Superman.
Because he's not technically a superhero. He's from the future, and he just has a suit, and he comes back in time, sort of thing.
Yeah. Green Lantern Corps. That's not going to happen anytime soon.
But they have said that there is a Lanterns in that universe.
Yeah. Well, they had so many plans, but like a lot of these films are not happening. No. Plastic Man. I don't want that.
But that's one of those
obscure
ones.
I hate him.
Funny.
Probably. I just find him. He just looks so weird.
It depends on whether that comes out before Fantastic Four.
Like, got Nightwing. These are ones they announced back in like 2018, 2017.
Yeah, I wouldn't hold your breath for Nightwing.
Nothing's coming of that.
Nightwing's not coming anytime soon.
Because that's when they announced basically everyone in the Bat family is going to film. Batman is Steel 2.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my rant over for this video.
Yeah, I mean, it's just pain, really. Just hurts.
It's just pain. It's just, this video is just going to be, we're just talking about Warner Brothers, why they've screwed up, what maybe they can do to fix it.
And they won't, though.
They probably won't. They're just going to go like, oh, this film made money, we'll just do another one. This film made money, we'll do another one. It doesn't have to make sense. They're talking about like how now we're just giving the directors the freedom. Why didn't you do that before? Oh.
It's also because Marvel took their time to slowly build up.
Yes, and fair play to them. Good on them.
Oh, you can't deny their success. Yes, of course. It's jealousy.
Of course they have really good films in that franchise.
Both admit that it's jealousy.
But I'm not going to be in this little bubble and think every film in that franchise is good. I'm a DC fanboy, and I'm harder on DC films now than I ever have been. Hence Wonder Woman 2.
I think we can both agree there's more Marvel films that are better than DC, but because there's not been enough DC films, that's why.
Yep. So everyone obviously probably knows by now we're DC fanboys. Just to confirm that. Take the posters up there. I need to get Wonder Woman here eventually. Yeah. All right. That's all I have to say for this video. What about you?
I think we've covered most of it. I mean, it kind of just makes you upset talking about it, really.
A good ranting video, can't beat it.
It's just upset about what could have been by now, but it's just not.
Yeah, and I'm not holding my hopes up for anything good happening. I'm just getting really sad now.
Well, I think we'll be back after we've watched Zack Snyder's Justice League. We'll see what happens after that, and then see if we're full of optimism or we're just full of sadness, really.
Despair.
Yep.
That's all it's going to be.
Hopelessness.
Right, so that's all that from this video. Remember to like and subscribe to us. It helps the channel, help us grow. Follow us on Twitter. We are trying to be a bit more active on it because I think for the first wee while we weren't.
Yeah.
Because we're not really social media people. I'm not anymore. I haven't been on Twitter personally for years.
Bear with us. It's a bit slow just now, but we're getting there slowly.
Right. See you guys next time.
Thank you for watching. Bye.